Shall we?
Shall we move on
What everybody's been waiting for.
to the future 2022 World Cup champions, the 16th ranked team in the world, led by the teacher of the behind the back bounce pass masterclass, Greg Berhalter, baby. He's going to take his infinite MLS knowledge and make all of our players playing in the top 5 leagues of Europe accept his system and play it the way he wants to play it. They will fold to his power. I love that. They qualified as the third place team in the octagonal for the first time since 2014. 2018 didn't really happen, so they're back to back. They may have celebrated early, but they made it, and that's okay. A lot of people are considering them to have a strong chance to move on in this group. I'm not quite sure. The issues of scoring, especially in big games, is more than prevalent in this side, and they're gonna they're gonna depend on non-consistent number 9 play, weak center back pairings, and goalkeepers who do not play regularly in their club
Oh
to
yeah,
get them
let's
through.
go. The
Woohoo!
USA way, baby.
USA, USA, USA. Oh, I
It's
don't
a
want
new
to, but
era.
talking about their last. Go ahead.
It's a new era. We've moved on from the 40-year-old MLS veterans, and now we're moving on to backups in top 5 leagues. You can't tell me we haven't advanced.
Right to my veins. I don't really want to hear it, but give me their last 5.
Oh yeah, you don't want to hear it. Last 5 games have included a mix of friendlies and a couple of Nations League qualifying games in there. We've got a 0-0 draw against Uruguay, a 5-0 win against Grenada, 1-1 draw against El Salvador, 2-0 loss against Japan, and a 0-0 draw against Saudi Arabia. I forgot the rankings. Uruguay is 14, Grenada is 173, El Salvador is 74, Japan 24, and Saudi Arabia 51.
And something that's not in there, but a little less important, 3-0 win against Morocco in those friendlies as well.
I think Morocco was the 6th most recent
It
game.
was the sixth game, but I figured I needed something to brighten the day up, right?
What do you mean? We got a 5-0 win against Grenada. How much more bright do you
176
need
in
to
the
get?
world to my veins. There are some important players here. I'm going to start with the obvious.
Just say Tyler Adams already. We know it's Tyler Adams.
I really wanted to say Brian White. I really wanted to. Christian Pulisic, the guy who is meant to be the savior of our country's team. He's supposed to be the next Donovan or the next Dempsey.
He's the LeBron James of soccer.
The LeBron James of soccer who can't break into his own club starting 11. When he's on the pitch, he's tricky. He's dynamic. He can change the game whenever he wants. If, and only if, he's on his game that day. But he has this tendency against good teams to ghost. He'll start losing the ball. He'll start getting upset. And he will ghost. He'll ghost out of games. The success in this tournament will directly correlate to Christian Pulisic's success. That is my statement. I will post it wherever you want me to post it. That is the statement I'm done with.
Anything else to add, or that's it?
Nope, that's what I'm going to leave right there. If you can add on to it.
All right, I'll just add some numbers onto his play. He's got a 6.62 rating so far this season for Chelsea. 1 goal, 1 assist, 11 appearances. But as you said, can't find consistent game time right now. And that's despite the fact that from all the numbers I've seen thrown around on Twitter, he has been like one of their better attackers. And for some reason, no manager wants to give him a shot. I don't really understand it, but all right. Internationally, he had 5 goals, 0 assists in 10 appearances for World Cup qualifying. 3 of those goals did come in one game, though. And then in friendlies, he got a goal against Morocco and no goals or assists against Saudi Arabia, and he did not play against Japan.
It worries me, and we've talked about this a lot. It worries me that he might have too much pressure on him from when he started as the young, promising guy in the group of old guys, right? Everybody was talking about Pulisic is the guy, or Pulisic is the guy, however you want to pronounce it. And it's almost like even though he's got all these world class players around him, he feels like he's got to do it all himself, which he has the ability to do. Don't get me wrong, but he doesn't have to do it. And I think in key moments, he thinks, okay, it's on my shoulders. I'm going to get it done. When in reality, he doesn't need to do that. And that's my worry with him. And the point that I made before, where when he goes against tough teams, he'll switch off because he's trying to do so much, failing, which is going to happen against good defenders, and he kind of just ghosts, right? And that's my worry.
Yeah, I 100% understand that. And I'm thinking back to the Nations League and thinking about the other guys that stepped up and kind of helped take that pressure off of him. Weston McKennie, Gio Reyna, even in World Cup qualifying when Pepe came in and he was scoring goals, taking some of the spotlight off of Christian. I think stuff like that will help big time. So I think if we can get a healthy Gio Reyna, that helps him immensely. If we can get a continued red hot Ricardo Pepe, that helps immensely. If we can get a healthy Weston McKennie, that helps immensely. So I completely
You're missing
agree with
one
you.
name. You're missing one name.
Yunus Musa, you're right.
Norwich City's own.
Joshua Sargent.
Who is your player to watch? Your second one.
I've got Weston McKennie on there. I know he just got injury news, and I'm crossing my fingers, hoping that he is healthy for the World Cup because we need him.
I haven't even looked it up yet. How bad is it supposed to be?
I don't think I remember looking like it was going to be bad, but I'm also not super optimistic because I know he's been hurt before. He's going to hurt me too if he's not playing. But yeah, I think West will be hugely important to this team if he is healthy. He brings so much energy and athleticism to the midfield. He's a threat on corners, as we saw in that Nations League game against Mexico. He's had 1 goal and 1 assist so far in 11 appearances for Juve. In World Cup qualifying, he had 2 goals and 7 appearances. No goals or assists against Morocco, Japan, or Saudi Arabia, but he is a staple in that 3-man midfield that I think is arguably the US's strongest area. So I think he's hugely important. And if we lose him to injury, that's going to hurt a ton. Even though I do like the US's backup options, I think what Weston McKennie can bring to the table is just super hard to replace.
What I'm seeing is 15 days. So he'll be fit 6 or 7 days before.
That's all I need to hear. That's perfect.
If recovery goes well.
Knock on wood.
If it doesn't,
it's gonna go well.
now, oh my
Optimism.
goodness. Have you seen the injury report for the USMNT?
Yeah, I mean everybody's hurt. It's like
Luca De La
Turner,
Torre tore his
Aronson,
hamstring.
Luca tore his hamstring.
Yeah. His World Cup status may be in doubt. Great. Tyler Adams, minor injury.
I
Matt
think he'll be
Turner
okay.
missed
He
out
just
on his
came back.
Europa League match due to a groin injury.
I think Turner will be okay too. Arteta said he thinks it's a minor thing.
Oh my God, we're finishing dead last.
Is Aronson officially out?
No, I haven't seen anything on him.
I know
He
he's
played
hurt.
today. Or
He
he played
played today?
yesterday.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
whatever, whenever Leeds played, he played.
All right, that's promising.
Speaking of my second player to watch,
Mm-hmm.
the actual savior of the men's national team and the best winger in our group, Brendan Aronson. A member of MLS United, aka Leeds. He has created, if I remember the number correctly, the 9th most chances in the Premier League this season. In a Leeds team that's pretty much bottom of the table. So it's going to be like the exact same for the U.S. men's national team, where he's going to create all these chances, and their number 9s are going to be 4 yards out and put it over the bar. It's going to be great. He'll fit right in. Listen, his play style, he's explosive. He presses really well. He's super dynamic. His movement's great, and he doesn't take no for an answer. If he wants the ball, he will get the ball. He has that game-changing ability that Pulisic also possesses. But he does it in the form of nonstop. I'm going to get you, kill you, running. Um, I believe he will be vital to creating a ton of chances, especially if Weston's hurt. Throw him in there. Let Weah play or Reyna play on the wing. No problem. I didn't have a lot of his number stats because again, Leeds are not doing phenomenally well outside of their win over Liverpool this week. However, I think he brings something as a player that most players in this pool don't.
Fair enough.
Who's your next guy?
Last guy on my list is a one Gio Reyna, playing for Dortmund. Has the probably the same hype as Christian Pulisic has, but can't seem to stay healthy. Luckily, knock on wood, at the moment he is healthy right now. But he brings some great quality on the wings when he is healthy. I think if he can come in here and like I was saying before, alleviate some of the pressure off of Pooley, that's huge. That's going to be super helpful. Um, he hasn't played a ton so far this season because again he was battling injury. He's got 7 appearances and 1 goal so far, and in international he does not have a goal or assist for a little while now. But I still think that he can have a pretty big role with the team here. He's got the experience of playing with them from the Nations League and a little bit from World Cup qualifying, and we know that he has the talent. I just really hope that he could stay healthy, and when he's out there and he can produce at that level that we know he can do.
Yeah, no disagreements there. It's always health, especially with him. It's always going to be health.
It's health with most of these guys, honestly, at this point. Everybody's getting banged up at some point.
Our golden generation is made of golden paper.
It's not our golden generation. Don't say that. We're only going to get better.
Stop it. I do have one more. You did allude to him earlier. Red Bull makes the world takes Aaron Long. No, I'm just kidding. Tyler Adams, and there's an actual reason behind this. Playing in that 6 role that he's going to be in, his importance is super, super big. It's very important, but it's amplified because we don't know who's playing at the second center back spot, and our goalkeeper is not playing in his club, whoever it's going to be, unless it's Sean Johnson, which I'm here for.
Or Ethan.
The more that he can keep the ball away from our center backs and our goalkeeper, the better off we're going to be. So his importance is vital to the success of this team. And that's the reason I put him.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think he honestly might be the most important player in the team right now. I mean, he's arguably the most important player of the team when they're normally healthy and we have a strong second center back. But I think right now, even more so, he's going to be super important. And I'm pretty sure has he been taking the captain's band lately for the team?
Yeah, he has. He's held it a few times.
I loved what I saw from him this last weekend when Aronson got hit by Robertson. He came over immediately to defend him. That's exactly what I want to see from a captain. So I'm on board with him keeping that at captain's armband.
Yeah, that's a dream, right? Adams goes in, has the armband, and then when he's getting subbed off, hands it directly to Aaron Long. Right to my veins. Right to my veins.
We were so close. We were doing so great, and then you just derailed it.
Oh, come on.
No. You derailed it. No, there's no come on.
You derailed it.
What's next?
Predict your 11.
Oh boy, this
if you
is
say
fun.
something dumb, I'm gonna punch you.
Oh, I'm going to. You are gonna punch me. 4-3-3. It's the obvious formation. I'll be honest with you. I just went with what I wanted here. I fully understand that Greg will not play this because Greg wants us to lose. But
Yo.
all right, that obviously that's not true. Greg obviously wants us to win. But I've got Turner in goal, assuming he's healthy. I've got a back 4 of Anthony Robinson. At center back 2, I've done a complete 180 on this guy. I've got Tim Ream, and
Ugh,
I've got
God.
him next to Walker Zimmerman, and
Oh my
I've got Dest at
God.
right back.
Oh, mute, mute, mute.
What do you mean
Stop.
you? We'll talk about it after I finish going through. I've
Oh,
got the midfield three, assuming Weston's healthy, of Adams, McKinney, and Musa. That's the obvious one. And then my attacking three, and I'm open to changing this, and I'll explain it after I say it. But I've got Reyna, Pulisic, and Pepe right now. And I will explain. I understand that Brandon Aronson has been superb this season, but one of the things and as you mentioned as well, he's great at pressing. He's great at having a really high work rate. I would prefer to have that when he's playing against dead legs. Bring him on in like the 50th minute. He has versatility. He can come in and play Musa's spot. He can play Pooley. He could play in Reyna's spot. Just have him come in, run super hard, uh, go against the tired legs when he has that insane energy rush. So I prefer him in that role. I'm sure he will mix in and start games as well. But I just think talent wise, at their best, Reyna and Pooley are better than Aronson.
I can't believe you're really out here defending not putting Aronson in and just completely ghosting over the fact that you put Ricardo Pepi in over literally anybody else.
We talked about this earlier in the year. We talked about it should be the most informed striker for the US. And Pepe has been on fire since he got his move.
Give me Josh Sargent then.
Sargent hasn't done anything in his last 3 games. Pepe has got like 5 goals and 1 assist in his last like 7 games. I'm going with the most informed guy at the moment. I'm not opposed to Sargent being in there, but I think at the moment Pepe has a bit more. He's a bit more informed than Sargent.
Why do I have a co-host on podcast? I don't get it. Like
Oh, so
you're
I'm
supposed to
sorry I didn't do exactly what you did. So
you're
now you're
supposed to you're supposed to add intelligent comments, not sound like an idiot.
go ahead. Go tell me how you're gonna put players in this team that aren't even gonna make the squad.
All
Or
right,
tell me how.
In goal, Luis Robles comes out of retirement. No, I've got
It's an
Matt Turner
entire
in
Red
goal.
Bull team. Aaron Long's in there. Matt
Brian
Miazga.
White, Alex Mawil, Dax McCarty. We're bringing back 2018 Red Bull right to the veins, baby. Let's do it. Sean Davis, get in there, buddy.
All right, tell me what you really got.
I've got Matt Turner in goal, of course, if he's not healthy. Zach Steffen or Sean Johnson. Honestly, I'd put Sean Johnson in over Zach Steffen. We've
I'm
had this
not.
conversation already, but I don't think that's a hot take.
I'm
I don't
not
think it's.
fully opposed to it.
I mean, listen, Sean Johnson is playing at the top of his level right now. Zach Steffen is like bang average for Middlesbrough in the championship.
All right, you said
anyways,
it.
um, anyways, Dest, Zimmerman, Robinson on left back. My second center back, Cameron Carter Vickers, absolutely
I'm
lighting
not
it up for.
opposed to that. I'm okay with that.
So why are you playing Tim Ream in a system that involves high pressing and one-on-one defending when he can't run faster than 45 pace?
That's because
And I'm using FIFA terms because
Tim Ream has
I
been
can't.
superb for Fulham this year. Fulham are like top half of the league. He's played
No,
like
and
almost
I'm not
every
saying
game.
I'm not saying he can't join us because I genuinely the more that I watch and the more that I genuinely agree that he should be at least in the conversation. If Aaron Long comes and Tim Ream doesn't, Greg should be fired on the spot. I'm not disagreeing with you, but he doesn't start. He doesn't.
Listen, this is all a waste of time because we know Aaron Long's just going to start anyway. So what's the point in this argument?
You're
Both
not
of us
wrong.
are going to be wrong.
It's gonna be Aaron Long and like Mark McKenzie.
I would be okay with Mark McKenzie, but I don't
Um,
think Mark McKenzie's going to make the team at this point.
no, I don't think so either. Adams, Musa, McKenny. Um, obviously, if McKenny's hurt, we talked about it. Either Brendan Aronson drops in, or Kellen Acosta can come in and do a totally fine job.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not worried about him at
I would
all.
love to see Kellen Acosta come CONCACAF it up.
Oh my god! And the Euro snobs cry as he's laughing in their face.
Hook it to my veins.
My front three for game one
Of
and game two could be completely different if they don't show up.
course.
Christian Pulisic on the left, Brendan Aronson on the right, Jordan Peacock up top. Because I liked
I would
so
love PFOC to start, but PFOC's not
I
even in the
don't know if
team. Greg doesn't call him in.
I don't know if Peacock's coming. I agree. I think that's who should be there. I think he is playing on a team. Like again, we're talking about form, right? And he's maybe not in the best form, but he's playing for a Union Berlin side that as at least top 5. I haven't checked the table in a while.
They're top. They're top of the
They're top.
Bundesliga.
They beat Gladbach today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't deny having him around. I don't know. Maybe if you want to go form again, I'll go. If we're going form, I'll go Sargent first. Pepe has not done anything for me in the World Cup. Neither is Sargent. No number 9. We're playing with 10 men. Everybody else gets on the bench. We'll deal with it later because I'm not picking one. Bro, I could put on a U.S. men's national team jersey right now and do the same amount of work that they have.
Listen, Pepe's last 6 games, or maybe 5. I'm not sure if this game has happened yet. So last 5 games, 5 goals in his last 5 games. I will pull up Sargent right now. Sargent in his last 5 has like 2 goals.
While you do that, and PFOC's got 0. He hasn't scored in a while, so
PFOC has kind of slowed down.
Yeah, he started off hot and he dropped off.
Sargent's got 2 in his last 5, and Norwich have not won a game in those last 5.
Shows
not
you
that that's his fault, but
so here's the deal: team can't score, and we don't know who's playing at center back. Our goalkeepers don't play at club level. Any level of confidence going into this group? Where are you at?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still confident. I think the other teams are also in bad form. Some of them are also going through a little bit of injury spell. Honestly, almost every team has some kind of injury going on. I still have confidence in them. If Weston's healthy, we have a super strong midfield. We need Pooley to play at his best, which may or may not happen. But even if he doesn't, I think we have good options to help him out with Reyna or Aronson. I don't love the back line, but I think they can do enough to keep us in games. I still do have confidence. I still think this team is more than capable of getting out of the group. And I think it will be a bad look for the team if they don't.
So this team has given me minimal confidence over the last however many games. And I carry that into the World Cup. We can't score. Our defense, if it continues to be the way Greg likes it to be, is in shambles. Goalkeeper still undecided. I don't know. I'm worried. I'm very, very worried, and you'll see in my predictions why.
I don't think the defense is as bad as you're making it out to be. Considering last 5 games, they have 3 clean sheets, and the most they given up was 2 to Japan. Which I get it. It's not great. And the scoring could be better, considering we only scored 1 goal outside of Granada, and it was against El Salvador.
I think we come out flat against Iran. I think Wales.
Well, we start with Wales, so I don't know why we're coming out flat against Iran.
No, I mean in the game against Iran. I think we're going to take them way too lightly. I think Wales will be up for it, but so will they. My biggest worry is the way that Greg is going to run the team, and I don't trust him.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I think Greg is honestly, I think Greg's the biggest if factor for the U.S.
Mm-hmm. It is, and a lot of coaches are that way, but being that we've watched this team every time they played, it's a big if factor for us.